Well, my name is Jonathan Mark. I live here and I get inspired by nature all the time. So when I found out that the Tennessee Gas Pipeline was proposing to put a pipeline not just through my land but through the state forests and the surrounding wetlands and the conservation lands, at first I was shocked. And then I realized there's a community that's aware of the fraudulent nature of this project, and now I feel like comforted by joining with people and hopeful that we're starting to gather enough momentum early enough where we would be able to stop it. So I'm happy to be here right now and in the future.
So how were you approached by Kinder Morgan?
Well, they first called me and asked me if they wanted to do a survey, and I told them that I wasn't interested in surveys because I thought they were talking about the usual surveys for, shopping stores and stuff. And he explained that they're a Tennessee Gas Pipeline company, and I told him I wasn't interested in infrastructure for fossil fuels, and that I'm much more into distributed energy and renewable energy that's clean. And then I thought I wasn't going to be bothered anymore. Then I discovered on the No Frack Gas and Mass website that they chose my land as part of their proposal for dissecting the prettiest part of Massachusetts all the way across the width, and I realized I had no choice but to fight it any way I can, and I'm hoping that with unity and people realizing that everyone's paying for it and very few are benefiting from it, we'll stop this pipeline.
Tell us about your beautiful brook and what they would do about your brook
Yeah,
here.
so here's Moss Brook, and it's geared to go right across it, but they don't really go across, they go under. And they're digging about 3 feet under, they're bulldozing it, they'll be diverting it, and then the brook will be going over the pipeline. And this is a pressurized pipeline. And wherever it does leak, and it's known to leak, it's going to infiltrate the water system. So not only do they, get polluted when they're fracking and extracting it from the earth, they're polluting in the transport, and then they'll be polluting when they're burning it. So it's another century ago that this technology could be proposed. It's not fitting for right now, except for the geopolitical purposes that seems to be in play, and that's what Massachusetts has to fight against.
And you actually go in this brook. Sometimes it's much higher than it is now.
Oh yeah,
and
well, I
you
go
can-
in now even
now?
just whenever it's you get the hots, and I live with very little need for a lot of electricity because I bathe in my brook as much as I can, especially I enjoy it, and it's soothing to me, and it's oxalic acid. It's really good for the bug bites. Sometimes I have to fight the bugs out here, but it's worth it because as soon as you get wet and coated, then they don't really bite you anymore. So you have to it makes you go in quicker.
And what are you doing over here with all these logs?
And these are oak logs that have been inoculated with shiitake spawn, and that's for growing shiitake mushrooms. And in this area is a perfect area because it's nicely shaded and there's water for soaking the logs. For the first incubation period they need to be soaked, and then every spring and fall they start fruiting shiitake mushrooms.
And so if the pipeline went through here, this would be gone, I guess. It would be cut?
50 feet, 100 feet
Yeah.
of swath, and
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't remain here. I couldn't, after being here pre-pipeline times, I wouldn't move anywhere else where I would trust this area.